I want to do is talk actually about, our idea of God, because, I was just here in the park and I realized I did an action which is really similar to what our belief of God is. Basically that there was a bee trapped in the water, and the bee was doomed. It was going to die, right? There was nothing that this bee could have done to get out of the water. Here comes along God in the form of Michael Trout, walking down, and I see this bee. Now, our view of God is either going to help us or he's going to ignore us, right? Because and the reason why I make that argument is because we always pray, God, please, we're going out on a ship, please don't cause any harm, look over us, right? So that's God paying attention to us. Now, if something does happen, then we say, well, it was just meant to be, and God, chose that to happen. But so in this case of the bee, and God is in the manifestation of Michael Trout, I reached down in there and I saved the bee, and he was able to fly off and live another day. He was doomed. That bee was going to die. So if you can look at that in a different way, let's say luck or fortuitiveness just happened to save you. In our religious context, what we say is that, it was God saving us, where in fact it was just good luck. So whether the hand of God, in this case the hand of Michael Trout, reached down and saved the bee, it's funny that we use that same metaphor for our belief in this greater power, where we think that, God may happen by us. Well, we argue that God's always looking, but see, my argument is if God's always looking, then God's always going to help, because a truly good person who sees, let's say my son falls into this water right now, okay? Now, it would be criminal, right, for me to watch him drown, correct? Well, that's the argument we have with God all the time. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, over there. I see him. So our argument with God is if God was a human being, he would be basically locked up, for being a criminal. Because every time there is something going wrong, he is there, and he has the power to stop it, and he doesn't. And yet we say that's perfectly okay, which I don't get. So to me, if you can do good and you don't do good, then ultimately, and you make that choice not to do good, that is evil, right? That is an act of evil. So, yeah, buddy. So, my job, that's the reason why I have a blog at mtrout.com, is be good. Because ultimately I write a blog to remind me to always be good. So if I see a bee or if I see an animal in pain or in hardship, I try to help it out. That is being good. If I have a way to help entrepreneurs launch their ideas and help them out, that is being good. Because, face it, don't be evil. This doesn't cut it anymore.